I feel like we used to sit down and have these chats all the time, and like it just hasn't happened in a billion years. So, um, I was like, we need to sit and have a coffee chat. Okay, but all right. So there's totally a picture of me right there. I just saw it. That's my wife's computer, and that's her background. Okay. Anyway, we were video chatting. That's a picture from a video chat. When she used to work out of town all the time, we video chatted like all the time. We had video dates, and we would do video dinner, and all that. Okay, not what I was going to talk about. It's just that the me staring at the me makes me feel weird. So, food has been ridiculously good. It's been on point. Uh-oh. And activity, not so much. I have a plan. I think I talked to you guys about it, about 15 minutes of movement. I was supposed to implement that on Sunday. It's Tuesday, and that hasn't happened. It's been bananas here. School starts in 20 days. August 11th is when we are going back into school. Some people are like, well, you homeschool, so what does that mean? And I'll tell you, because my oldest child is in an online public school, she has to follow a certain attendance, and because there are legal requirements to your hours slash attendance, like days and hours, for even for homeschool, that I know not everybody pays attention to those, but I feel like I want to pay attention to that for my youngest child's education. So, and also because I have read some articles about like legal issues with people like, are you actually schooling your kid or whatever? And I don't anticipate any of that, but I just feel like having both the kids on the same schedule is helpful as far as like just knowing what days we were in school. I keep a calendar, and all that kind of stuff, but it's just easier to be like, look, we're going to be in school from this date to this date, and that's what we're going to do. And it winds up being that my youngest is actually far exceeding the homeschool requirement. So that's good. Anyway, so August 11th, we go back to school. I'm very excited, which is weird because every other year up until this point, there's been like this feeling of like fear, like stress, weirdness. But this year, I'm just really like, I don't have any qualms. I'm very excited. I've done a lot of research. I just ordered my youngest her book today, so I'm super stoked. I think she's gonna do so good with this new curriculum. Very, very happy. Okay. So that's going on, but to get there, I had this project that we had started and really rearranged the whole house, like moving all these bookshelves around, and we kind of got the classrooms where it was like, okay, it's good enough, and we don't need to deal with that. But my goal was always to get it done before we started our next school year. So now I'm in crunch time and getting it done. I have a lot of like art projects going on. There's just so much. But unlike the last year, the so much is not equaling food insanity or anything like that. So that's good. Food has been good. It's been delicious and healthy and nutritious and yet low on the calories and fats and stuff like that. So it's good. I was trying to do this whole, oh gosh, I was trying to do this whole fish and shrimp only, and then last night I ate um turkey. I totally I was so aggravated and I had so much going on that like when I cooked I just was like whatever, turkey. But I'm gonna be more aware and make better choices and That's good. So, I wanted to talk to you guys about something. It's been weird. It's been weird, okay? Like, I know that I'm a different person. I know that the idea of life, that the goal in life is to grow and evolve. I feel like I need to take my glasses off so that you're not seeing glare. But now I can't really see you. Anyway, I know that the idea of like the part of life that I really enjoy, like learning and growing and evolving. I think it's fabulous. And I think that being introspective and looking at yourself and really understanding where you came from and why certain things are the way they are can help you unlock yourself, but also set up a better future for your children. And I've been doing a lot of self work. I think that I always was kind of on that route and like always was very introspective. When I was younger, it like was totally like narcissistic type of deal. I think that's all teenagers are kind of like all about themselves. And as I got older, I started to realize that I could relate to people differently and it would help me communicate. And if you understand yourself, you can better interact with the world. And then finally, after the weight loss, I think that I really realized that I could change things. Like, not just identify them, know that they're wrong, and try to avoid here and there, but truly change who I was. So I think that there was this physical metamorphosis that was a precursor or a foreshadowing of like the internal, emotional, mental metamorphosis that was going to happen. Okay. And I'm so glad. Okay. Because here's the thing. Um, when, okay, if you go back through my videos, when I'm bigger, there's just all this like movement and expression. Like, and for a while, it comes with me as I shrink. But it's almost like something weird happens when you become so self-aware of like who you are and the person that you're presenting in the world. And I think I was kind of forced into that situation because suddenly the world is interacting with me differently. Um, and like I felt like I didn't change, but I had like shrunk. And so things that I would say as a bigger person caused a different effect when I said it as a smaller person. And you just become like hyper aware of interacting with the world. And when you're big, or when I was big, there was this certain amount of like anonymity. Like I just kind of faded. I like guys didn't notice me. People didn't really pay attention to me. Maybe out of uncomfortableness, like they were like so uncomfortable with how big I was, they wouldn't even meet my eye. Or so you had a little bit of that going on. Plus, I didn't want to be seen or interacted with for a lot of reasons. Not my weight. I think I've learned that as the child of someone who drinks, you learn that it's better to disappear than to be noticed, because being noticed can bring you positive attention, but it can more often bring you very negative attention, or positive attention can quickly shift to negative. So you just want to kind of like fade. And there was this strange thing that was happening. Like I could be myself, loud and boisterous and ridiculous, and people kind of ignored me. But as I got smaller, people started to notice me. And so being loud would like cause them to look. I don't know how to explain that. And it was like you become so uncomfortable with being seen that it was almost like I felt like my personality was shutting down. Like the obsession became not with shrinking my outside, but with like shrinking my personality. And then I mourned the loss of that person. Like, I'm not saying I had no personality. I'm just saying, like, I feel like there was this confused place of, like, I don't even know who I am, like, without my sense of humor, which I still have, but now comes out a different way, without the jokes that I always had, which were fat jokes, without the, like, things that I had come to rely on. I was suddenly forced to get down to just me. Like, as the outside got down to me, it was like the inside was forced to do as well. And I kind of started to realize lately that because I made it like a fat joke, and don't get me wrong, when I make a fat joke, I'm not like, I know I'm not the size I was when I started. I'm aware of that, but I'm a chunky chick again. And so some of those jokes are appropriate. So I made the joke, and I realized that a lot of my personality had regenerated. And it's different. It's very different. I think I regenerated it with a lot of healthy things. Like, the personality I had become up until the point of being 30 years old was a result of my parents and my relationships and my circumstances, because those things become who you are. But having that taken away over the course of a couple of years and being there again, but in a place where I don't have those negative, scary, or confusing influences, I was able to rebuild them in a healthy place, in a place of love and understanding with my wife, in a place of celebration and health, in a place of God. And just like, it's been amazing to feel like that has regrown. And I kind of feel like the gaining of the weight allowed that to happen. It was like, you have to take this focus that you're putting on the weight and the health and all that. We have to take it and shift it. And I was not able to do that. I think life did that for me, and it's like a happy side effect. And so I kind of am in this really excellent situation and frame of mind. I'm really excited because I feel like I finally kind of got, like, I got back the me who I was originally, and I'm able to do work on her and to be her for the rest of my life. And on top of that, I'm now back on track with my food. And I kind of feel like this could be it. Like, this could be the last time I go through this. And I'm not saying, like, weight fluctuates, goes up and down, but, like, the last time I deal with the, like, big increase in weight, and the last time I deal with a lot of the negative stuff I had brought up from my youth and into my adulthood. Because now it's like going through the process that started it all, but going through with this new understanding, this new personality, and these new tools that reflect who I actually am. And I'm kind of pretty totally stoked about it. And I don't even know if that made all kinds of sense. I hope it came across, but I'm really excited, and I'm totally glad to be back here. I feel like there were two things that I never could, like, undo. It was like, I can't eat fast food, and I have to keep vlogging. And I never did eat fast food, but the vlogging definitely slowed down. But I would always just come and try and come and try. Like, I knew that this was going to be a tool that I would continue to use, even when it didn't feel like it fit anymore. So I'm really excited. I'm totally stoked to be back where I feel like I fit again, where I feel like there's kind of a role. I'm just really excited. So I don't know. I just wanted to kind of put that out there. I feel like one of the last videos I made, like one of the last big videos, was telling you guys how I felt like a disappointment and how I didn't understand how I could even do this and how upsetting it was. And I got a lot of really amazing feedback, and people were very supportive, and I thank you. but I kind of wanted to update that because I feel like I processed it, and I'm at this new amazing place of like, okay, like here we go, like here it is, the final ride, and it's gonna be like amazing. And I'd say it's the final ride. I mean, like the final, push to get completely through it, to where the vlog can turn into just like life vlogs of evolution and growth and excitement, and not have the undertone of like disappointment or brokenness or desperation or addiction. Like that's just so awesome. Really, I get to live that life and not, I don't know, like I told my wife, it's like I feel like, and I never would have understood this before, but even when I'm sad, I'm happy. Like even when bad things, even when things are not going well, I'm totally happy. There's no like, this is the end, oh my gosh, whatever. It's like, yeah, that's what, look how much love I have in my life, and we're still laughing, and we're still having a fantastic time, and we deal with stressors in a completely different way. Um, okay, examples. And I know it felt like I was wrapping up that video. I thought I was, this video, but here we go. Um, Recently in life, we've been having car problems, like truly horrific car problems. Um, and we had two vehicles. My wife's, which is an automatic, and I know, I understand how, but I'm very bad at driving an automatic. Like unless we're desperate, it shouldn't happen. So my wife's, which is an automatic, and mine, right? And hers, the clutch was not working, so we went to get clutch work done. Or well, we didn't have the money, so we went to go get we need to get that done. But I had borrowed my dad's vehicle. My parents have lots and lots of vehicles. Um, so I borrowed my dad's 1995 van, and it's awesome and it's fun and it's really old and everything's kind of drying out and the plastic's breaking, but it rolled around and that's awesome. Um, but that was in February, and we still don't have her car resolved. Like we've paid for it to get fixed, it got fixed, then it stopped working, then it works when the mechanic's around, then it doesn't work, then it works when it's like ridiculous, right? My dad ended up giving us the van, which is awesome and a blessing, a true blessing. So she's able to use my car, and now I have the van. But the van costs like $100 to fill up, and the gas lasts a long time. I don't really go anywhere, but if I do have to go like to church in it, like one time, it's like $25. So there's the car situation. There's the fact that her toilet broke in the bathroom, and that was a stressful situation. We had termites in the trees, which like cost money to take care of. The toilet cost money to take care of. There's just been a lot. The dog had to have a surgery, but through it all of those things alone would have usually caused me to just like spiral. But we've been laughing, and I've been enjoying my life despite the fact that that's what the last 6 months have been filled with. The pain, the like realizing that that situation can get bad even if I'm keeping it in control was a scary and sad thing, but I was still laughing and enjoying the time with my family. And I think that that is a big difference. And I think that that is what I mean by saying, like, this is it. Like, I get to be this person who doesn't go into things with so much dread, who gets to, like, confront them, be brave and happy, and get through them. And that's just, it's a change I never anticipated. I do associate it with the weight loss in the sense that I feel like change has to start somewhere, and sometimes it starts so far from where it's going to wind up. Um, and I think to that end, I tell people all the time, do something, because like For so long, I felt like I can't do it all, so why do it? And that never worked. It didn't work until it was like, I'm gonna do this. Maybe I can't fix all that, but I'm gonna do this. And from that seed grew so much over the last 4 years that I can't even express. I can't. I mean, I know if you've watched the videos, you know, you've been on this journey. But, like, do something. Start somewhere. If you really truly can't work on A, then go to B. And if you can't work on B, go to C. Start on C. And it might seem like, why am I working here when I have all that other work to do? Because if that's where you can start the change there, it will grow. It will spread. You will inspire yourself. It'll be amazing. I mean, what more is there?